All right, guys, welcome to the local SEO webinar, and this webinar is titled How to Dominate Local SEO. This is Clayton Johnson, and we also got Adam Steele on the line, and we're going to basically just tell you how to run local SEO like a pro. We definitely want you to stick around. We got lots of information to cover. We're going to try to pack it into the smallest time as possible and make it very actionable for you. And we also want you to stick around because we have some special surprises for the people on this webinar at the end. So definitely stick around to the end. Real quick before we get started, who are we and why? I'm Clayton Johnson. I'm operations at the Hoth. I've been around since the beginning of the Hoth, and I just make sure that things run smoothly over here. Joining us, we also got Adam Steele, who has been pretty much our local consultant from the beginning. He's basically focused on completely on local for the last 3 years, so he's seen a lot of stuff, done a lot of experience. He has good credit in the industry, and he's been our go-to guy for everything local. Adam, if you want to say hi.
Hey, Clayton, thanks for having me.
Right on. Great to have you, man. Basically, here's what in this webinar, we want to provide the max value possible and how to rank locally, give you guys some good actionable advice that you can just take away and start using today. We want to make a sound strategy for anyone and break it down so that it's really edible, because there's so much information about local out there. We just want to make it really edible for you in this small amount of time. So before we begin, we know the number one thing you care about is results, and that's exactly what we care about as well. So before we even show you anything, we want to show you kind of what the result we've been getting with these specific methodologies. So here's an example of just one of our clients, a competitive car dealer, just in the span of less than 3 weeks, going from page 2 to number 2. Pretty awesome, explosive results. This same kind of deal here, same guy, just shooting up the rankings day to day. Here's another client that we have, commercial storefront. And this is basically going from page 2 to page 1, ending up at number 5 when we took this screenshot. And it was actually lower than this before we started, but you can't see all the days. Same thing, major competitive market, highly profitable repair industry. You can see just bouncing around, ending up straight up number 4 result, just boosting up the charts. And you know, we just took a huge screenshot of a bunch of clients here, and you can see that 80+% are already ranked on page 1 for one or more keywords, and these are rankings that are continuing to improve over time. So local is a little bit slower. Some of these these are newer orders as well. So we're getting really great results, and these are the kinds of results that you can achieve if you follow these tactics. So let's get right into it. So what is local? What are we actually talking about? When we talk about local, we're talking about any SERP that's influenced through localization. So we're talking about specifically Google local results. Results that are triggered by a geo-identifier like Chicago or Denver, something like that. And we're talking about businesses with a physical address. Excuse me, businesses that actually want people to come to their store. We're also talking about when you search for a localized term with a geo-identifier. So let's show you some examples. There are lots of different styles of local results, but this is pretty common. So you can see on this screenshot, I searched for plumber, Lincoln Park, Chicago. And you can see that up at the top, we have some organic results, and then we have what we call the local pack, where it actually lists some map results below that. So this is a pretty common screenshot, or pretty common style of organic results. Local is in effect for more than just organic results, though. It's actually everywhere. So, for instance, it's also on map pages. So when all these tactics are going to help you to rank in map pages when people are searching on maps. It's also on mobile, since mobile traffic is increasing a ton. So these tactics are also relevant for mobile. And what's crazy is Google's actually even localizing results even without a geo-identifier. So for instance, if you search for something that's relevant like eye care, Google will start localizing those results based on your IP or your signed in account. So for instance, you can see here I searched for eye care and I'm in Chicago. So even though I didn't type in eye care Chicago, you see that right here the second, third result are both localized, and then it also brought up the map results as well. So even without typing in geo-identifier, you're still going to get local results for a lot of terms. Crazy thing is, even with benign terms, things that are not specifically local, like coffee, for instance, you can see that it's even bringing up a little carousel here, is what they call it, coffee near Chicago, Illinois. So even with benign terms, it's becoming localized. So the point, what I'm trying to show you here is that Google is treating local very seriously now, and it's integrating local in a bunch of different ways. So this is a perfect time to get into local and learn exactly how you can rank yourself up in there. So breaking down local. Local is pretty complicated. There's a lot of facets to it. The other thing is it doesn't update like regular SERPs. So regular SERPs, you can throw some links at your site and you can see improvements in your rankings in just a few days or weeks. Local is not like that. It updates on a more recurring schedule every few months or so. It takes a lot more time. At least it does right now. And every year there is more complexity added. But don't worry, because we're going to break everything down here. All right, well, when I said that local is complicated, this is kind of what we're talking about. This is a breakdown of local search ranking factors from 2013, and this is a survey that's basically done every year, and you can check out the link at the bottom, and this is put together by David Mim. Basically, he polls all the top local SEOs, and they rank all the search ranking factors every year, and this is what they came up with for 2013. So we'll just quickly kind of go through each one so you understand what are the top ranking factors for local right now. So the first one is place page signals, which includes, it's basically your on-site optimization of your place page within Google. So this means selecting the correct category, seeing if you want, if you can get the keyword in your business title, the proximity to the area that you're targeting, etc. So basically the on-site optimization of your place page. The second most important factor is your external location signals, which is basically aggregator, name, address, phone number, consistency, getting citations, citation volume, etc. So that's the number 2 ranking factor. The third one is on-page signals, so this is on your actual website. The presence of NAP, name, address, phone number, citation, putting your keywords and titles, domain authority, etc. The fourth one is link signals, so inbound anchor text, linking domain authority, linking domain quantity, etc. So very, very much tied into your regular SEO campaigns. The fifth one is review signals. So reviews are actually important in local search rankings. So review quantity, review velocity, review diversity. Sixth down the list is social signals. So Google Plus authority, Facebook likes, Twitter followers, all that kind of social activity is actually becoming a local ranking factor. The seventh is behavior or mobile signals. So click-through rate, mobile clicks to calls, check-ins, offers, etc. So mobile's, like I was showing a few slides ago, mobile's becoming more and more important. And 8 is personalization. So that can have to do with when people are signed in, what their normal usage is and what their friends have recommended, etc. So that's becoming a factor as well. So all in all, this is pretty complicated. There's a lot of ranking factors for locals. What we want to do is we want to break it down and show you exactly what really matters. So, like I was showing a few slides ago, the number 1 search ranking factor is your local plus page optimization. And basically, Google Plus is your homie right here. Google Plus is the home to your places page. So this is what will rank in maps. This is basically your home, your profile, and it should be optimized to the fullest extent since it's the most important thing. So if you don't already have a Google Plus page for your business, you're going to want to create one. It's really simple. Basically, you just go through this simple process. Start there at the URL that I got on the screen. You'll either find an existing page in case Google already has your business listed and you can claim it, or you can create a new one if it doesn't already exist there. And then what you'll need to do is you'll need to verify the account with either a postcard or phone call, and that way they can verify the ownership of the place page, and then you can make edits, etc. What you're going to want to do with this profile is you're going to want to optimize it with videos, pictures, descriptions, and add fans and followers to your business page. You're also going to want to actively ask for reviews. As you remember a few slides ago, getting reviews is actually one of the important ranking factors. So basically, you just want to fill it out as much as possible and actually make it an active profile. So once your Google Plus page is set up and optimized, then we're going to work on some off-page factors. So let's talk now about off-page factors. It's pretty much everything that was number 2 and down. The most important thing is getting good citations for local SEO. So a citation is basically a name, address, phone number combo. So you can see right here in this example, this is WhiteSpark citation. So they get the name WhiteSpark, they have the address right there, and the phone number, and that basically is a citation. These are basically the links of local results. So the more citations you have, the better quality citations that you have, the more you're going to rank in the local results. And the thing is that these need to be really consistent. So let's talk about creating a good local campaign. Every good local campaign starts with a comprehensive audit to make sure that the citations are all consistent. The second part is getting great local citations. The third part is getting rich media citations, and the fourth part is getting social citations. And these are four really great factors you can work on to get rankings in local. The bonus one is having a sound organic strategy, because local SEO and regular organic SEO is not separate from each other. They both go hand in hand and they both help out each other. So you're going to want to concentrate on having a sound organic strategy in addition to these local specific things. So, all right, let's break it down. Starting with part one, the comprehensive audit. Cleaning up existing citations. This is the first thing that you're going to want to do. The number one problem that we've seen in local campaigns is incorrect or inconsistent citations. So that means name, phone numbers, previous business addresses, they're listed differently on the web. Just to give you an example, sometimes you can have a name like Howard Lewis Ice Cream versus HL Ice Cream versus Howard L's Ice Cream, etc. So all those would be seen as different citations. Or for example, you could have RD versus Road, missing numerals, etc. Basically, you just need to do a comprehensive audit before anything else can be done. You can start by cataloging all existing citations. So how do you catalog all existing citations? We always start by writing down all the possibilities. So previous names that your businesses had, addresses that you moved to and from in the past, etc. And you want to write all those down, and then you want to find citations that exist out there using certain search string and special operators. So you can actually search for your name, your old names, your old addresses, your old phone numbers, and try to find all the places where they exist and that they're incorrect. You're going to want to catalog everything, and then if you want some special tips on exactly those search string and special operators, I put a little link in here, and this is a great presentation on exactly how to find all those old addresses or all those old incorrect citations. So I definitely check out that presentation on that link. Another tool that you can use that's really great is the WhiteSpark Local Citation Finder tool, and you can get an account there at whitespark.ca. Basically, you can just go in and you go to the business search. You can see a little screenshot of it here, and you can type in your old phone number, and what it will do is it's going to go out there and it's going to look for all your existing citations, and it will catalog them really nicely for you. So I definitely encourage you to use that tool to go out and find your existing citations as well. So what do you do after you catalog them all? We're going to clean them up. So what you want to do is you want to claim all of them, and you want to update them, create accounts, whatever you have to do to create that consistency of that citation that you want to have. Another tip, if you've used Yext or Local Ease or another aggregator service in the past, you can actually clean all those up via mass update, so that's a lot easier than going one by one if you've used those services. Now, getting on to creating the actual citations. Where to get citations? So there's a bunch of different places where you can get citations, and we'll walk you through each one of the main areas. So the first one is local business directories, and these are common places that you should be listed. Second place is rich media, so popular sites where you can put your pictures, videos, etc. Social, obviously like Facebook, Twitter, major self-publishing sites, you can get citations from there. And these tactics are not limited to these areas. You can actually get a citation from anywhere. You can get citations in articles and press releases, on other websites, pretty much anywhere you can drop name, address, and phone number. That's a good idea. Local citations, getting directory citations. So a directory citation is basically a profile on a site that houses your basic information. So think Yelp, Yellow Pages, Hot Frog, any of the ones you see at the right. So these are the major hubs that your business should be listed. And what you can do is you can put in your name, address, phone number here. You put in descriptions, pictures, reviews, etc. So you can get you can be on all these. You can get local citations from all these different sites. So why would you want to get these directory citations? Basically, these are powerful sites, not for just the name, address, and phone number. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why you'd want to get these directory citations. So they're powerful sites, and so that equals powerful citations. Plus, many of these directories are actually going to show up in organic results. So I'm going to show you an example of that on the next slide. And the third thing is, not only are you going to get a name, address, phone number, but you're also going to get good natural backlinks back to your organic site in addition to everything else. So it also helps with your it helps with your organic campaign as well. Here's an example of why you should get listed in these directories. So page 1 results are filled with citation properties already ranking. So even if your website or your Google Plus profile is not ranking on page 1, what you can do is you can go to these local directory citations like Yelp, etc., and that page may be already ranking on page 1 for your key term. So all you need to do is go to those sites, get your citation, get your profile set up, and then people that are clicking on these results will be able to find you. You should definitely be in these local directories if you're not already. In addition to this, I mean, this was happening before, but Google just released an update called Hummingbird, and this is happening more and more. We're starting to see lots of results that are getting localized with these local directories or niche-specific directories. So this is more important than ever to be in these top directories. So local citations. Now, which local citations are you going to want to get? There's a few different kinds. The first kind we're going to call hero citations, or sometimes also called ego citations, and these are the most widely used and powerful citations. You can also get competitor directory citations, so you can research where your competitors are getting citations, and you can use Whitespark for that. This is kind of like reverse engineering search results. And the third way to get local citations or determine which ones to get is you can search for where your competitors are getting reviews from. So competitor review directories, you can use search strings to find competitor review sources that Google's pulling in, Google holds authoritatively, and that's how you can figure out which citations to get. One thing I'd really suggest, a great place, great resource for figuring out which citations you should get in terms of hero citations is a Get Listed list. So on these two links, basically what it does is this website, getlisted.org, they will break it down by main category that you're in. So for instance, there's a screenshot at the right, top citation sources for chiropractors. Every industry is different, and they have specific directories that you're going to want to be in for your niche. If you go to that first link, it'll show you exactly what to get based on your niche. So if you're a chiropractor, you are a dentist, etc., you'll be able to figure out exactly what are the most important directories for that niche. Similarly, you can also get the best citations by city. So there's another list on that site. Using that link, you can get the best citations by city. Those are going to be your main go-tos for hero citations. The second part is local directory citations. Again, back to the Whitespark tool. This tool is really awesome, whitespark.ca. And what this tool does is you can go in and you put in your city and your keyword that you want to rank for. And what it's going to do is it's going to go out there and find the results that are ranking, basically your competitors, and it's going to check all their existing citations. And it's going to compile them all, and it's going to list them and sort by authority metrics like domain authority. So you can know exactly what citations are helping rank your competitors, and you can just go out there and claim them, which is it's a really nice approach. Basically, it's reverse engineering rankings, and this tool is fantastic for doing that. The third part, rich media citations. When I talk about rich media citations, we're talking about sites like Flickr, YouTube, Vimeo. There's a bunch of them out there, basically getting photos and videos tagged and getting citations from them. What you're going to want to do with these is, for photos, you can actually geotag these photos. Not only are you going to get the geotag photos, but you can also get links and citations from these high authority photo sites. You can upload these pictures and citations to places like Flickr and Picasa, etc. So on this page, you can see here's an example of a citation that you can get in a way that you can add your titles, descriptions, and tags, and you can actually geotag this photo on a map. So that's another type of citation that you can get. Similarly, here's just another site, or this is actually the same site where you can actually tag your photo where it's been taken. You can do something very similar with videos, so you can geotag files and on YouTube, and you can get links again, you can get links and citations from these high authority video sites. So not just the citation, not just the geotagged videos, but you can actually get links from it as well. And you can upload these videos to places like YouTube and Vimeo, etc. So for instance, here's a screenshot of YouTube where you can go and actually set the geolocation of the video. On to the last part, social citations. Again, these are places like Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Blogspot, etc. And similarly, you can just get links and citations from these high authority sources. And the last part, the bonus part, basically is, like we were saying earlier, local is not just by itself. It's definitely integrated with your regular SEO strategy. And what you're going to want to do is get great natural backlinks back to your site, because it's also going to help you with your local campaigns as well. And these can come from all sorts of sources. So your regular marketing efforts like conferences, events, sponsorships, etc. Your regular social media activities, so interacting with the community on forums, blogs, doing your Facebook posts, etc. Blogging / inbound marketing, so creating articles that really help out your audience that people are going to link to, etc. Groups that your business are part of, you can often get links from local groups that your business is a part of, and pretty much anywhere else you can naturally get backlinks to your site. So if you want some ideas, there's a great post by John Cooper over at Point Blank SEO. So he has a huge roundup of link building strategies that you can use, other places to get links, and this is all part of your organic strategy that's going to help out with your local SEO strategy as well. So there's a lot of things that you can do in local SEO, and we could probably talk about it all day. And this is the actual 20% that gets the 80% of the results, exactly what we've been talking about. The thing is, local is always changing, but these are the main things that you can do to get that big boost in results. So let's review real quickly. First thing, make a Google Plus page and optimize it. And then you have the 4 parts of a good local campaign, which is your audit, cleaning up existing directory citations if there's anything that's incorrect, getting actual directory citations, getting rich media citations, getting social citations, and then also combining that with your sound organic strategy. So if you follow all this, you should be golden. Now, there's a lot of work that actually goes into all these facets. Well, I kind of breezed through all these sections like they were really easy, but the reality is it actually takes a lot of time and takes skill. It's kind of a pain in the butt sometimes to do all these different things. So if you don't have time to do this, or you